Right in southeast Queensland's backyard is Moreton Bay, a complex system of islands, beaches, reefs and seagrass beds, and home to dugongs, turtles, migratory shorebirds and visiting humpbacks. The Moreton Bay Marine Park stretches from the Sunshine Coast down to South Stradbroke Island. The management of national marine parks is always a complex issue. And today we're looking at the Moreton Bay Marine Park zoning plan, which was only ever designed to last until September 2008. So a new plan is being drafted for the bay's usage as I speak. Queensland's Environmental Protection Agency is the body in charge of the rezoning. What's got everyone talking is which areas will be declared green zones. Green zones are similar to land-based national parks. You can visit, but you can't fish or take anything from the area. Currently, less than 0.5% of the bay is green, but that's expected to increase with this review.
What we don't want to see is areas closed for the sake of it, that people just say, oh look, we'd like that to be a green area. We want to have scientific research done to say why it needs to be closed.
Bruce Alvey is the Managing Director of Alvey Reels Australia, and now also the Chairman of the Moreton Bay Access Alliance. The alliance was formed last year to represent a huge cross-section of groups that use the bay.
We've got the boating industry, tackle industry, commercial fishermen, recreational fishermen, tourism, charter operators, seafood wholesalers and retailers and Indigenous people, all working together, putting in their thoughts to see how we can look after the bay.
In the political minefield that surrounds marine parks, these groups have overcome their differences to unite for one cause: to come up with their own ideas about how the bay should be zoned and pass on those recommendations to the EPA.
While we all agree that it's important to protect the environment, we believe that it's possible to achieve a balance where you can still have people fishing and people being able to eat local seafood whilst protecting the environment.
The Moreton Bay Access Alliance charged Kelly Williams with heading up this research project. For the past 6 months, her team has been out in the field collecting information on the bay's different habitats and who uses what areas.
Well, the reality is that there might be 10 or 20% of the bay that is actually highly productive fishing grounds. So if you took that particular 10 or 20%, you're actually stopping all fishing in the bay.
The MBAA has used their research to come up with their own map of alternative areas for green zones. For example, the EPA has identified 16 different habitat types in the bay, like reef, sandy bottoms or seagrass beds. An independent expert advisory panel has recommended turning at least 10% of each of these into protected areas. And the MBAA has pinpointed which areas they think will satisfy this criteria without putting the really important commercial and recreational fisheries off limits.
This area here is a muddy bottom. It's important for trawling. It's a very highly productive prawn area. So we've been able to offer an area up here that is also a muddy bottom habitat. It's a similar percentage of area, but it's less important for trawling. And it hasn't been easy. I mean, our proposal that we're putting up is not a no-pain solution, but we accept that the bay needs to be protected.
The MBAA has passed on all of their research findings and recommendations to the EPA, which is currently finalising a draft zoning plan expected to be released by the end of the year. To find out more, check out the websites for the Queensland EPA, the Moreton Bay Access Alliance or the Fisheries Research and Development Corporation.